Hello, this is Todd Sear from Engineering.com. I'm here at the USA Science and Engineering Festival in Washington, D.C., and I have the pleasure to sit down with Miss Mayim Bialik. Mayim, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Now, you are a star on the hit show, The Big Bang Theory. What I think more and more people are finding out is that you are a honest-to-goodness, professionally trained and educated neuroscientist.
I am a Dr. Mayim Bialik, yes.
That is fantastic. What was I don't know anybody else in the world that's gone from actress to neuroscientist to actress, educator, mother, spokesperson. What was the motivation to get into neuroscience?
I was on a TV show when I was a teenager called Blossom, and it was on for 5 years. I was 14 to 19 when I filmed it. And just like every other 14 to 19-year-old, I had to go through whatever schooling occurred in those years. And I had an amazing woman tutor. She was a dental student at UCLA at the time, and she answered a want ad for a Hollywood actress who needed a biology tutor. And she was an amazing, amazing teacher. And I think having that one-on-one experience and having a female role model really gave me the confidence to fall in love with science. And when Blossom ended, I was 2 years out of high school, and I went to college and studied what I was interested in, and that was science.
A lot of times students, I know I did as a student, I know students complain about there being too much work. You balanced a full-time job, shooting a television show, and your schoolwork.
And I also complained that there was too much work. I think teenagers are teenagers, so.
Yeah, well, no, absolutely. But what did you, if you could speak to students now, looking back at those really important years in high school, what advice do you have, or what encouragement might you have for them to stick to it?
Right. It's a great question. I was a person for whom, and that's what I'm going to be talking about at the festival today, science didn't come easily to me. What did come easy to me was trying to be organized so that it didn't feel out of control. And I think a lot of parents don't understand that to a teenage mind, it really feels like it's a full-time job, and it's often really, really overwhelming, and I think that's where a lot of young people say, like, I can't do this. And so I think for me, it was so worth it to try and find a way that worked for me, even if I wasn't top of the class, to be organized and to know what had to be done for each of my classes. That really took away a lot of that stress so that I could focus and do the best that I could. And that's pretty much what I did through college as well. I was never top of my class. I wasn't a straight A student, but it was really kind of being organized and framing things reasonably that really helped me keep going. And it's worth it. It's worth it because the entire rest of your life absolutely depends on what you do in school. Like it or not, that's the way our system works. And it absolutely is worth it. So much more is open to you. And in particular, if you embrace the STEM subject, science and technology and engineering and math, so much more can be open to you for choices when you grow up.
So somewhere watching this video is a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old that is thinking about science and education, probably sees that daunting task, the overcoming understanding, all these things that seem hard. Do you have any advice, things that they can do? I mean, think of the adversity you went through having a job, a full-time job and going to school.
Well, I mean, I think it varies. It varies by student. It varies as to kind of how much time and energy your family has, to help. It varies as to how many resources your school has. But I think ultimately, we live in an amazing country where there's a tremendous amount of possibility no matter your level of challenge or difficulty. And I think if this is something you love, there has to be a way for your community to support it. And it may take more work than it should, but it's young people like that who then make those possibilities open for other kids so it's not hard for them.
So go out there, work on hard things, get your hands on things and start understanding tough concepts, and watch more videos from the USA Science and Engineering Festival on Engineering.com.